Hello guys. So let's look at where and having in SQL. In SQL, where and having both filter data, but they serve different purposes and are used in different contexts. Here is a concise explanation of their differences. Where filters individual rows before any grouping occurs. Applied to raw data in a table based on conditions for columns. Used in select, update, delete, and insert statements. Cannot include aggregate functions like count, sum, average because it operates before aggregation. Then having filter rows after a group by clause is applied. Used to apply conditions on aggregate functions, example count, sum, average. Only used in select statements with group by. So that is all about where and having. So let's look at it practically. So I'll go to my SQL. I already I've created a table. I'm making use of the intro SQL database. I've created my table already. So I want to see how I can apply it. So let's see my table. So this is my table, ID, product, category, quantity, price. So let's look at how to, so here's the question one, which has to do with where. The question say, show all items where price is greater than 10,000. So I'm going to do select from my table is sales 01 and now say where they say price, right? Okay, where price greater than 10,000. So okay, let's run this. You can see now these items, laptop, phone, tablet, their prices are greater than 10,000. You can see. So that is it for where. So that is it for where. So let's look at let's look at question 2. Say show categories whose total quantity sold is greater than 20. So here we are going to make use of having. So let me answer the question. Say select, I'll say category. Then they're talking about, say show categories whose total quantity. What is total? Total means to add. And what is a function for add? If you use Excel, you know it's sum. So addition. So we're going to make use of sum. What is that thing we are going to sum? Quantity. So okay, here you are going to put comma here. I'll now say from our table sales underscore 01. So group by category. So they say that show categories whose total quantity sold is greater than 20. So let's run this one first. So this is just a group. This is group by. So we can see. So but they are saying that we should show categories that the quantity is greater than 20. That means this electronics will not be there. So how do we have that? So that is where having comes in. We can't use where there. We are going to use having. They say where some. Okay, let me type it out. I wanted to copy it. So let me see, type it out. Some quantity now greater than what? 20. So let me run this. You can see now the electronics is no longer there. So you can see all these ones is greater than 20. I can as well say AS total so this is just like a nickname. I'm giving this column a nickname instead of before we are seeing something like, okay, let me remove this. Before we are seeing some quantity, so I want to change this to total quantity so that it will be better to understand. So you can see now total quantity. So that is it for halving. So let's look at a scenario we can make use of the two. That is 3. Okay, that is question 3. Say now combine both where and halving. They say find categories where price is greater than 4,000, row filter, total quantity sold is greater than 20, group filter. So what I'm going to do is I will just copy this because we are still making use of the same thing. I'll just copy this and I'm going to paste it here. So what I'm going to do now is, here we say that filter individual rows before any grouping occurs. So where will always come before grouping. So now we will just say where they are talking about where the price is greater than 4,000. So we are now say where price greater than 4,000. So look at this. Where is going to come before group by and halving comes after group by. So that is just a logic. Now you can see this. Now they are showing price. This is a result where the price is like greater than 4,000, group by category, having some quantity greater than 20. So that is how to understand where and halving. Both of them, they filter data, they are filter words. So that is scenarios that you can make use of them. That's how to understand them. All right guys, so see you guys later. Bye.